through the daytime, spend my nights and weekends perfecting my warrior robot race, building them one laser gun at a time.
Alright guys, so I thought I'd give y'all a little update on the T-51b and how it's coming along. So since Bellicor released his letter version of the torso a few days ago, I now have the torso ready to resin. You can see, actually I left this part in the back open because this is something that's going to be better to scratch build anyway, like a lot of the round parts on the helm here. For those of you that haven't seen any updates since the actual last vid, you'll notice I got it completely finished, got the lens put in, got the new visor put in, and it's looking pretty good. So one thing I thought was kind of neat, since there's supposed to be bolts in this area anyway, I found this particular little lantern that fits just about really snugly in here. It's a nice little scratch part. The cool part about it is, of course, since it is a lantern, you have that nice effect, I think, from the back. Show a little bit of the power in the power armor, right guys? So, just a cheap little thing. I got it for like $3. Runs off of 4 AA's. And that'll just plug right into the back and have the big valve sitting on top of it. So I think that'll look pretty cool. And if that fails, I mean, I could always like make a really cheap-ass Tony Stark costume. Horribly inaccurate, but it would shine real pretty. So I'm going to go ahead, and you notice I put the supports in this guy because the mesh isn't exactly perfect. You'll notice that there are a few areas, especially you compare like this area to this one over here, especially you see like this dent right here is not the same over here. So I mean, it has the right basic shape, but it's going to need a lot of love. But of course I'm not too worried about the top up here. I'm going to have to cut that out for my head to fit. But since you have that sort of leather plate that fits on top of this, and what I think I'm going to do is use some cardboard with some fake leather, something cheap, wrapped around it, so have a form and then have the leather attached to the form, and it should work pretty good. I know the helm looks a little big, but the thing's really still in pretty good proportion with everything. Torso's just about as wide as my shoulders. I'll show you all the test fitting once I get this thing fiberglassed and whatnot. So that's kind of where it's sitting right now. Anyway, I'll just leave you with that till the next update. Alright, so we are back. This has been resined and primed. Just thought I'd mention something kind of funny. You know, it's been really warm down here in Texas lately, but I had to pick the one day to resin where it had just gotten really freaking cold. So, tried to speed up the resin curing process with my heat gun, because otherwise it would probably take a day and a half for it to fully cure. And you can see the nice texture I got from trying to do that, because I'm a dumbass. Now, I used powder on a lot of this to make sure that the tackiness kind of went away, and then I also coated it in primer to try to seal off all that stuff. And then as soon as this dries, what I think I'm going to do is, and this will probably be most accurate to the costume, is I'll pretty much separate this front chest plate from the back. So cut it up through the collar, around the side, through to the armhole back here. Same on the other side. And that way, you know, this thing will be kind of easy to put on, sort of like the MC backpack. And also what that'll let me do is once these bits get fiberglass, this is where the shoulders hook up. So that way the shoulders will just be attached to the backpack, and I won't have to worry about the front messing up anything. I'll just be able to put the backpack part on and then attach the chest piece to it. So I think that'll be the smart way to do this. But I'll show you guys what the test fit looks like here as soon as this dries and I get the thing cut up and reinforced and fiberglassed. So I'll show you which that looks like here in a little bit. So thought I'd just show you guys where I'm sitting at on the chest plate. It's on its second beauty coat of reinforced plaster. So you can see it's starting to shape up over here. This one actually has one less coat on it. You can still see a lot of the angles. So I figure one more coat on this guy, two more coats on this part, a little bit of sand and a little bit of love, and it'll probably be good to go. It's a very, very simple chest piece. So it doesn't have all the extra details like the any of the Halo armor, so it's shaping up pretty nice.